How's it going, y'all? Back in a new day video. Let's get right down to it. Eagles in the NFL draft. I will say what I did like this draft class. Some of the moves they made. In love with the Miles Sanders pick. Love it. The J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I like that pick too. And we'll get into the first round pick also. um, the first round pick. At first, we were there, and I'm like, all right, it's good, cool. We move up. I'm like, wow, we're moving up. Okay, what are we doing here? Now, if you remember, Oakland, it was the Colts, Oakland, and us were the only three teams to interview Josh Jacobs, or hell his name is, the running back out of Alabama, and privately interviewed him, or whatever you want to call it. So I thought maybe we were scared of Oakland because they were one pick in front of us. They picked 24, we picked 25. I thought we were gonna move up and get him. I thought maybe we were gonna get what's his name, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. I was like, okay, cool. Then the pick comes out and it's Andre Dillard. Sorry, it's Andre Dillard. And at first, I was like, okay. Then I really thought about it, really processed the pick, and I was like, you know what? This is a great, great, great pick. The reason I say that is because this whole time about the draft, the whole thing about the draft is that we were all pumped up about the position players, like the running back, like the receiver, especially running back. Everyone was. But now after we traded for Jordan Howard, that kind of lessened. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is everyone's always pumping those up, or safeties, or wide receivers, or this or that, or this or that. But one of our biggest holes in this team is tackle. It is tackle. And for this guy, the reason I say it's one of our biggest needs is because Jason Peters is about to be done. This is Jason Peters' replacement. Big V is not his replacement. Jordan, whatever his face is, that guy who played the rugby player, who everyone's like hyping up and saying if they build him up, he could be the replacement. Why would you take a risk of Jason Peters retiring next year, okay, and you put in a Jordan or whatever the hell his name is, a goddamn rugby player, okay? Yeah, I like the idea if he sat there for 3 years, 4 years, and like try to learn how to play NFL professional football. Okay, I understand that. But you got this guy, Andre Dillard, who is a proven tackle in college, one of the top prospects, probably the best left tackle prospect in this draft, and is the best pass protecting, by far the best pass protecting tackle in this draft. You let him sit for a year, and he's Jason Peters' replacement. Or Lane Johnson moves to left and he goes to right. You get what I'm saying. So I'd like to pick up a lot. And I'm like, wow, this protects your investment of Carson Wentz. It makes your line even better. Young kid, best in the draft. I mean, everyone said they couldn't believe he even fell that far, that he got to 20-something. They couldn't believe he fell that far. So I like to pick a lot. I'm thinking about that. It's not like I said to my friend one time. One time he's an Eagles fan, and the time they took Ereck Flowers over Todd Gurley, which I thought was stupid. All that, whatever. But I try to tell him look, it was top 10 pick they had, or the number 8 pick. I said, listen, it's not the sexy pick, but it's the right pick. Now, I wasn't saying Ereck Flowers was the right pick. I was talking about tackle, offensive line. All those are not the sexy picks, but they are the correct picks. Us in 2013, fourth or third overall pick, we take Lane Johnson. It wasn't like the sexiest thing, quarterback, this, that, when you're picking that high, But we were, and not just that, we were picking at, we moved up from 25 to 22, whatever the hell it was, 23, whatever. And Houston was down, right? Houston was just about to take him with the next pick that the Browns had, that the Ravens had, and we switched. You understand? So we got Andre Dillard. I love that pick. I think that's going to be a Jordan Matthews replacement. Jason Peters replacement. And I think he's going to play sometime this year, in my opinion, because Jason Peters is going to get hurt again. And if not, it's going to be Big V playing. But whatever, we'll talk about that later on. Now, second round comes around. We got 2 second round picks. With one of the first second round picks, we took Miles Sanders. Now I'm really happy about this pick. I really am. I watched him very closely at Penn State. I didn't want him. He wasn't my number one running back. Maybe on my board or whatever, this little like ranking thing I made myself, and I should have. You know, it was such a waste of time for me to make this ranking. I made ranking for each position for this draft, and I didn't. I just made it for fun, and I didn't put it anywhere. I didn't put it on YouTube. I didn't put it on Twitter. I didn't put it on a website. I just made a ranking system myself for the fun of it. It was a waste. It was a waste. I literally should have sat here and made a video with my rankings and had in the bio each ranking for each position. But I feel like on this channel, not a lot of you guys subscribe to me for drafts. So you don't want to see a guy talk drafts and talk analytics on drafts. You just want to hear Eagles football. That's why the same thing. That's the reason why I never really got into making videos about the Sixers, because I don't know if you guys want to see that. But next year when this draft thing comes around and the draft prospects and all the rankings and everything, if you guys really want me to do that, I will do it. Okay. And I will go through prospects and I will go back and watch tape on some of these players and making a really good evaluation. But I'm talking from my point of view. Miles Sanders was not the type of guy that I wanted. I did want. I was like, this guy's a late second to early third round pick. But I said to myself, once the draft came around, I'm like, no, he's going to rise up. He's going to rise up. I thought Josh Jacobs was the best running back in this draft. Then I thought it was Miles Sanders. But for some reason, I liked Miles Sanders. I wasn't okay. I thought if we took him, I was like, I'll be 50-50 on it. That was until we got Jordan Howard. Now that we got Jordan Howard, I was like, oh, Miles Sanders all the way. Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders. The reason why is because he's the type of guy I see as he can be a third down back, a 3-down back. He can pass protect. He can do certain really well things. But I felt like he needed a little bit to develop. That's the reason he wasn't a first pick. That's the reason why he isn't like that. You know what I'm saying? He's almost like LeSean McCoy. LeSean McCoy was drafted here. Brian Westbrook was still here, and a couple other dudes and whatever. But he ended up turning into that guy. Brian Westbrook, for example, same thing with him. I think was Deuce Staley still here? Who the hell ever we had at running back? But you get my point. I feel like he was a guy who needed to be behind someone just for like a year or two or whatever, and then he can burst into a full-time star and be really, really productive in this league. Even productive as a backup, but with limited snaps, getting to learn things. And that's how I feel with him. And that's why once we got Jordan Howard, yesterday we got on the clock, right away I'm like, I want Miles Sanders. I want Miles Sanders here. And we took Miles Sanders. And I think he's going to have a really productive career. He reminds me of LeSean McCoy. Exactly. And that's what I think is going to happen. And he's going to have the offensive line to do the damage. He's going to have the receivers on the outside that when they get open, he's going to have the quarterback, Carson Wentz, who makes it all happen. So he's going to have a very productive career if he stays healthy, and because everything's right there for him. You know what I'm saying? He might struggle his first year. We'll see what happens, but I really like to pick up a lot. Some people were trying to say he might have a better career than Saquon Barkley. I don't think he'll have a better career. But I think as it stands right now, he's on a better team with a better roster, better quarterback, better position players, receiver, tight end, offensive line, the whole bang. But definitely not going to be better than Barkley. But I'm just saying he's going to be productive, and I love the pickup. Now with our other second round pick, we took J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, or whatever you want to call him. I'm just going to call him J.J. Whiteside. I don't care because I'm not going to come on here every week when he makes a touchdown. I'll be like, JJ, Arcega, Whiteside. I'm just going to call him JJ Whiteside or JJ. That's it. I'm cutting that one thing out until we actually all develop this name, like to consistent basis where it's for 3 or 4 years into his career and we can know the name by heart. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a hard name to get, but you get what I'm saying. I do like that pickup a lot. He's a fit guy, 50-50 ball guy, but faster. Reminds me a lot of Alshon. Now, at first, I was like, don't get me wrong. Productive receiver, can be productive in the league. I like it a lot. I like what he brings to the table. So if you could bring production to a team and be productive in the league, I like the pick. But deep down inside, I'm like, I'm sick of these 50-50 ball guys. I love Alshon to death, but he's not that speed guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not really speedster. And that's why we got Deshaun. But Deshaun's 32 years old. That's why I wanted Marquise Brown for a minute. But I said, you know what? The tackle, I understand. And now Aguilar is going to be out. So, but from what I'm hearing, he might get traded. But now, since the draft is basically over, I don't know if he's getting traded or what's going to happen with Nelson Aguilar. But from my point of view, I just don't know. You're going to have two 50-50 guys on the outside, and probably you're going to see a little bit of Deshaun in the slot. And then you're going to rotate, and you're going to see Deshaun on the outside, Deshaun on the slot. I think Deshaun on the slot is going to be deadly. But then I put it back together, and I go, you know what? this JJ kid on the outside, I mean, sorry, in the slot might be really lethal because of his size and his speed. And they're going to have to match him up with, he's going to go up against smaller corners that are 5'11". He's like 6'4". That's kind of it's almost like Jordan Matthews. But, it's whatever. I do like to pick. We got the quarterback Clayton, what's his name? Clayton Thurmton, whatever the hell. I don't really care about that pick. It doesn't really matter to me. But that's just something that he's going to be a third stringer because Nate Sudfeld's still going to be the backup no matter what. Nate Sudfeld can really do something. And that's why I think this might be his last year here, Nate Sudfeld. After that, he's going to go compete for a starting job somewhere else in the league. So this is the guy they're going to develop under Nate Sudfeld, under Carson Wentz, and then rise him up to a second stringer, then bring in a third stringer, do this, rotate the same thing. But in my opinion, he's all right. And the funny thing is on the CBS report, they said, what did they say? I might actually pop that up. CBS Sports Report that he's. Hold on. This guy, I don't know if this guy was trolling or if he was being honest. Oh, yeah, the guy says. That Clayton Thurmton, whatever the hell, is Daniel Jones, but with a stronger arm. Oh man, I don't know, dude. I'm sorry, Giants fans. I think he's gonna be a good Daniel Jones, but I don't know at the same time. But we also did get what's his name? The defensive end out of Penn State. I'm having a brain fart. I'm really tired. Oh my God, what's his name? Miller. His last name. Is it a Schaefer or some? Oh my God, my guy messing him up. Whatever. Yeah, he's Chris Long's replacement. These picks don't matter to me right now, really. Those I got past the three that made it really matter. The quarterbacks, whatever. The guy from Penn State, I do like that pickup. Now there is a guy that I do like. Well, I'm gonna say he's under at the free agent. You guys know I don't like to hype up under at the free agents, especially since we just got a running back. You understand? I think his name is Nico Evans. He's really productive. What did he have last year? 1,320 something yards rushing, 8 touchdowns. He had a couple games that were 100 yards, 150, 190. He's a productive running back. He's going to take over Wendell Smallwood's job. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. He's done. He's out of here. But I like it. Running back is definitely addressed. Everything else is looking really well. And it wasn't the sexiest draft. You didn't have the biggest names, the biggest splashes. But that's what you get when you're picking in the 20s. When you're picking up high and all that stuff, you're going to get these big names. Big names don't matter. It's production on the field and what you see in preseason, what you see going into regular season. And I think this roster is coming together. We also re-signed and got back, what's his name, Timmy Jernigan, which you guys know. Defensive line's amazing. It is. I'll be back later on with a video about my whole thoughts on this whole roster, who's starting, who's not. Give me some other ideas below, comment below. If you guys want a Q&A, you want anything to keep this thing rolling, let me know how you guys feel. Any kind of Eagles videos, any questions, whatever. Go Birds.